Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Bonkekook here, aka your Lonely Achievement Guide, continuing our 1000G Achievement Guide / walkthrough for Lawn Mowing Simulator. We've made it all the way to Expert Challenge number 7, and as you can see, this one is basically just as frustrating as the other ones. A little less so, but you still have a maximum fine of 5 currency, and you only have 24 minutes to get this done. More than likely, the two things that are going to cause you the most frustration are the time limit and the engine overload. Managing your engine overload is very important on this level. Fines are important, but there are very few instances for you to damage a flower or anything like that. And the other thing you need to keep an eye on is the discharge from your mower. For that reason, we are going to be using the left side of our mower to cut everything and edge everything. Because of the way the discharge happens, it will minimize the fines we get from leaving grass clippings all over the yard of the manor or castle. So, let's go ahead and get started. Full disclosure, I just got done recording this, my first attempt. I actually failed with 15 seconds left because I got too eager climbing onto the ramp at the end, and I got a penalty for hitting the side of the ramp and failed the mission with 15 seconds left. So, we're going to see if we can't do better this time. But we will be following a similar path to what we did before. Obviously, you don't know what I did before, because that video is not going to air due to all the foul language that occurred at the end. But we need to get down to 5 centimeters. Oops. And start the blades, and we're just going to edge along the left side here. We're going to, you see that wheel to the, just in front of where the handle is connected on the left side there. We're going to try to line that up along the outside, just on the outside of whatever we're cutting. This is a zero turn mower, so that's nice. But again, try to align that outer left wheel just outside of where you're cutting. It will minimize the grass clippings you drop and the penalties you gain for that. And this one is a challenge. Just like the last couple of challenges we've done, this one may require some extra effort spent. We're gonna jump over here and start edging this. There's not a lot to worry about down here. The grass is quite a good distance away from anything you need to avoid cutting. Watch out for the bench, though. When you get up to the top of the hill, don't attempt to get too close to the park bench. Park bench, again, is one of those items that damage to or from it will hurt you significantly. You can see the penalties and fines bar to the bottom left there. We're almost halfway down already. That's simply from a couple of small collisions with the wall and from the grass clippings, which is why it's so important to edge right off the bat and get those grass clippings managed. Because once you start mowing into the center, you don't have to worry about the grass clippings very much. We're going to go ahead and get this hill portion complete. So a good rule of thumb for this level is you got 25 minutes and 10% every 2.5 minutes is a pretty good estimate. So this portion can be difficult to cut because you can't really see. So just kind of stay forward, slightly turning whenever you feel like it's turning on you, because it's hard to see, but if you turn too much you're going to run into the heavier portion of the bushes and take a little damage and a fine. Once you do get over here, turn around and follow it back. The grass clippings will build up, but if you're cutting using the left side of your mower, you should be able to withstand it. You just have to avoid, you have to minimize collisions, and you really can't afford to kill any flowers. If you do kill a flower, I was, as I said, 15 seconds away from having completed my last run, and I did kill one flower, but that penalty is actually the reason why I failed, because I didn't have enough of a buffer left for my penalties to survive hitting the side of the ramp. So, just something to keep in mind. Gonna get all of this section done. And then we're gonna cut over to the left there. This is the section where I killed the flower, so be careful over here. It was, I believe, on the next edge area. Over here. So, just be cautious there. If you can get by without killing any of the flowers, then you're in pretty good shape. As far as fines, but you still have to be paying very careful attention to your path of mowing as well. We're going to leave the area of grass right in front of the entrance that leads back to the ramp for last, so that when we finish, we're extremely close to the ramp to finish off the level. Again, try to line that back, or that middle wheel on the left side up just around the outside of what you're cutting to minimize the clippings ending up in the middle of the walking path, which is what you get penalized for. But we're halfway through cutting, and we are about 40 to 50 seconds over our baseline. However, we are going to have some trouble. We need to make sure we aren't overloading the engine, so Wow, we didn't want to stop there. We almost hit the wall. I don't think our brakes were that bad. Okay, 2/3 of the way through. We're just gonna make a little detour back over to the fountain area here. And we're gonna cut right here. Just be slow going across. Now cut around the fountain. Do be careful around the fountain, because it is quite a hefty fine. If you hit it, at this point you would probably instantly fail if you hit the fountain. We have most of the edging done now, which is the important part for the penalties. There's just one flower bed we haven't done, and the flower bed isn't overly difficult, so... We're gonna cut over and take care of this little patch here. We are gonna have to start being very careful about overloading our engine, so make sure you avoid the walls here. Get that tire just along the outside of where you're cutting. And try not to run in the wall. I'm having that happen a lot. I do have some stick drift, but it shouldn't be affecting the acceleration. That's kind of weird. Maybe it is. Okay, we finished that spot, so we're back over to here. Once we get this little section done and edge that flower bed there, we will have all of the corners done, so we're just gonna take care of that flower bed right now. Again, just try to keep your wheels along the outside. Don't run into a flower. Grass clippings are allowable. You're not going to get a huge penalty from those, but you will take a huge penalty if you hit a flower. Home stretch. We just need to be careful that we don't overload the engine here. Any little bit of overloading too much could end our run. Moment of truth. Do we have enough grass here? We do. Just barely did it. So, at this point you have two options. You can take it slow up the ramp here. You will take a little bit of a penalty, or you can turn around and back up if you think you have time. That will not penalize you. But second time's the charm, ladies and gents. This time I was able to finish the challenge and not wreck myself on the ramp. And that's how you do it. If you have any more questions or comments for me, as always, let me know down below. But if not, I will see you guys in our final expert challenge video, challenge number 8.